Yes, it's started now. Now let's see this. Command line. We are going to start today class with the command line. So what we have in command line interface. So here Sagar, right? Pavan. So we're going to see
Yeah.
today what are the basic command line we have to take precautions, and what are the things we have in CLI for new setup. How you going to get the console? First thing you have from I'm going to start this class from very basic, Pavan, from ABCD. Once
Yeah.
you got received the
Okay. Okay.
device, how you have to take access the console. First you will receive the console access, right? Once you
Yes.
will receive the console access, how you have to set up all the things: basic enable password, secret password, encryption. So without wasting time, we're going to start the lab. Okay, today we have first place lab 1. So let's go to terminal from here. तो पवन आप बताइएगा यहाँ पे कहीं पे भी आपको प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है समझ में? So this is very basic, not basic means from here your advanced stuff going to be happen. Okay,
Yes.
so
Okay.
so you are able to see this screen completely, right?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, now so what I'm going to do, these are the router, all these 4300 and 1900 2900. So I'm going to take one of the router 9041. Okay, and I will select one of the L3 switch 3560. Why do I select it? Because I want to show you physical diagram. Let me zoom in. We have console as well as auxiliary. Can you able to see these ports?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
There is a console
visible.
port. Okay, so we have console port. Okay, and the same way for 9041, if you zoom this, you have console one. Okay, so
Yeah.
auxiliary as well as console cable. Now this one auxiliary, this one is console. Now let's connect, and I will, for console connectivity, I will take one
PC.
PC by which we will take console of this device, and we have console cable now connected to RS232 to console port. This is the console port.
Console. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so same way, if you want to connect this device, you take another PC, or I will take this time laptop. Now select console cable from laptop RS232 to switch console port. You are able to see here console port.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have connected one L3 switch, one router, and I will do connectivity in between these two also. So gig ethernet 0/0 connected to uplink gig ethernet 0/1 of the L3 switch. So I'm going to make the distance of these two so that you are able to see the nomenclature and port labeling. Okay, now this part till here connectivity is clear, Pavan. Now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so come to
Yeah. Right.
the PC. Now how you have to access this device? Because once RMA new box will come to you, so you don't have any VTY or any other things, you have only console, right?
Yeah, right.
So I will go to the desktop. In desktop we have terminal. Can you see terminal, this part?
Yeah,
So terminal going to access the console. RS-232 connectivity comes through the terminal. Okay, so you click that. This is the setting which is already done in this. You have to just click OK, and you are on console of the device. So this is the console of device, and first command for any box, they are asking, would you like to enter the initial configuration dialogs? If you do yes, it will automate. They will keep you on asking you new questions like DNS setup, DSCP setting, host name. So we are not going to study that. Okay, we are going to study, we will do manual configuration. Okay, Pavan.
yeah,
So we're going to
yeah,
study manual configuration. So I will do no. Okay, so no, I don't want any initial configuration dialogs. Okay, I want manual config. So I have done the enter, and we came to on the router prompt. Can you able to see this router prompt
yeah, yeah.
now? So here, uh, come back to my this. Can you on this whiteboard, uh, are you able to see this arrow mark?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, this is called enable mode. Okay, this is called privilege mode. So this is user mode. Okay, user mode, you have restricted access, and
Hmm.
privilege mode, you have all the access. You can go to configuration mode, and then post privilege mode you can jump to the configuration. So let's see in user mode what are the things. So we are right now in user mode. Can you see that we are in user mode? Okay, so I'm erasing this. Pavan, here till here clear, we
Yeah,
are in user mode, and I think you know that also. Right now we don't have any IP, so I will go for enable
yeah,
mode, and we are in enable mode. That is called privilege mode. So enable mode, enable command give you enability of the privilege mode. So you by enable keyword, right now there is no configuration, otherwise they will ask you about the enable password. Okay, so we have to configure each and everything. Okay, so first thing come to
yeah,
on this slide, what we have to configure here. So first thing we have to configure enable password, then we will see the encryption. We have to crypted our password. It should not be in clear plain text, otherwise anyone can see our password, right? Let me show you example. So I'm going to configure the username password also, enable password, and the other password like console password. Okay, let's configure about all three four types of password. So first, what password we have to configure? We have to configure enable password, right? So we will go to here, and the first command says that enable password. I will do Cisco 123. Okay, this is the password. Clear, guys? This is my enable password. Next, I will give password. One username I will create. Username, I'm going to create any username, asu, and I will give them privilege level, privilege, and then I will provide the privilege level 15 and the normal password, asu1234. Okay, this is the one username and password I have created that. Okay, username is asu, password asu1234. So we have enabled password, we have username and password.
Yeah.
Second, what we have to do, we have to go to the console line. What are the three lines do we have? We will do show run and we will check it out. So if you go down, you can see that there is a console line. Can you see three line? There is a console line, auxiliary line and VTY line. So what we have to configure the console, we don't have, because now I saw once I connected I can take without any password, I took the access of the console access of the device. We should configure that. Let's see how we have to configure console. So I'm doing console line 0, line console 0, and
Enable
we're going
password.
to set the password. The command is password. Go to line console 0, set the password. So I'm giving you CCNA. Password is CCNA. Okay, or I will keep everywhere same password, Cisco
Yes.
123. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
Cisco 123. I keep that. Then I will say that this password is applicable at the login. So what command, three command I given, line console 0, password Cisco 123, login. Let's see what impact we got that. Okay, I'm going to exit this. So I'm going to write this and I'm going to exit. As soon as I exit and enter, they now for console access I need the password. Can you able to see that?
Yeah.
They are asking the password. So earlier it was not asked. So once the box came to us, it was neat and clean, but I given the password for the console so that no one able to log in without this password. So password is Cisco 123 and we are in enable mode. We have given the enable password also. So once I will click enable, they will ask me again the password. Okay, again the password, again we have Cisco 123. So we have set up the two password, one for console access, another for enable password. So even we don't have console password, enable password they required for to go to privilege mode. Clear? Now second password, I have created the username password. If you see, so run include username. So I have created this, but I'm not using this. So Ashutosh, where I am going to use this password? So this is, again I'm going to show you an example. Right now for console access they are going to ask me only the password, not for user specific password, not for user specific password. Let me create one more user. I will create two users. So one user we have Ashutosh and another username I will give admin, and I will give privilege again 15 and just password admin 123. Okay, so I have two user and password, right guys? Now I want to apply this user password. It's supposed to be applied on what? On console. So what we have to do for console, again we will go to line console 0, and we have set the password. Now what I will do, I will give the login as a local. If you see earlier I given only login. If you remember, do so run section, you can access section line. Okay, if you see I have given login console 0, password I have set, and I given the login. Now I'm going to do the configuration login local. Login local means you can use the login username password with the local database, with the local database. How you going to see this? So run, just I want to review again section line. So if you see Pavan here, so instead of login, now it's converted into login local. Login local means you need a local database for access this. So what is my local database? These are the username password. I can use this. So let's exit and check it out what it's working or not. I exit. Now I enter. They are asking username. Which user you want? Let's see. I click asu and the password asu1234. So I'm in this. But you can see that in this they did not ask me enable password. Pavan, have you observed this?
I think we have disabled now.
No, what we given as soon that's a feature. That's a feature. If you go for privilege, I want to show you what is the feature I given. Username, if you see, I given privilege 15. Privilege 15 says that you have top level of privilege. So you don't need any enable password restriction. So Astos, when do I get the enable password? For which user? So if suppose I'm going to configure one username with as username Cisco and I will give privilege question mark, I will give 0 privilege. Suppose I given the 0 privilege and the password I will give Cisco 123. Okay, now let's check it out this. So we have, if you see, 3 user, 1 for privilege 0, 2 user with the privilege 15. Okay, so I will go to config,
Okay.
let me access this. I exit. Now if I have used privilege 15 or so I'm going to use the privilege 0 user, that's Cisco and Cisco 123. See, he is coming in, the Cisco user is come with the user mode and he need enable and enable password. Clear?
Okay.
Got it? This is very basic, but most of people don't know this because they don't have practical knowledge. Okay.
That means privilege 15 is a feature in the router, right?
Very good. Yes, privilege 15 giving the highest privilege level. Suppose privilege 1, privilege 2, we will come to later on this. What type of privileges and how you have to assign the privileges when we're going to talk about TCAS and radius configuration. Okay. So
Yeah.
today, just you see the basic stuff. Once
Okay.
I will enable password. Yes, Pavan, you want to tell me anything?
No. At
Yes.
least. Okay.
So till here, let me summarize you. You have to concentrate because from here you're going to develop your what you can say, your fundamental concept. Once its developments, no one going to beat you. So what is the password? We have username password. In username password we have privilege level. Privilege level going to decide whether they will ask me for enable or not. If suppose I have a higher admin 15 privilege level 15s, so we have, if I will go with the user admin, I'm going to go to directly into the privilege mode because he have
Right.
highest privilege. No one going to ask a enable password, right?
Right.
Clear?
Correct.
But I am not, if the user is not qualified with the proper privilege level, then he need to cross the
Enable
enable
password.
password. He should know the enable password so that he can access the privilege. Otherwise, because he don't have privilege. Clear?
They're clear.
Yes. So this kind of user, what they can do? they can check only what they can check, only the user mode command they can check. What are the user mode command? Like show command, show IP interface brief, you can check that.
No.
So IP interface brief, this is a router. Okay, so clock, I think he has wait, enable command. Okay, in user mode, privilege mode only, the because he has privilege 0 I have given, that's why he don't have any kind of privilege to do. Wait, Cisco 123. I'm going to exit with the higher user mode admin. Okay, and okay, we will come to the in privilege mode. So we have to give the little bit higher privilege like 1 or 2, and we have to define commands in that. We have to map what are the command he has authorized to run. Okay, clear?
Okay.
So we will
Yep,
see
yes.
in the TechAsk class those things. Now come to our actual class. What is, now we will see the, we checked out the all these things. Now what are the things we go through? The first password we saw password.
Yeah,
Okay, and the
yes.
alt enable password we saw, and we going to see the
Second part.
encrypted password. Now I'm going to work on encryption, how we have to encrypt password. Okay, clear? Let's see how we going to encrypt. So come to this, we will see the encryption. I'm going to check my password, what I given the password. If someone going to log in, or they going to capture my log, so how my password looks like. So if you see Pavan, you can see enable password anyone can read. Is it readable?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
it readable? Anyone come and see my admin password, my Cisco 123, so all this password anyone can read and understand. These are the password, right? But
Yes.
this is good practice?
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yes.
Not at all, because password should not visible, right? It's a encrypted. So what command we have
Oh,
to run?
yes.
Okay, it's supposed to be encrypted, so we have to enable the service. We have to enable service password encryption. Password encryption. So what is, which service we have to enable? Enable,
Password encryption.
yes, password encryption supposed to be enabled, so I enable that. After enabling this, I will do right, and I will check my password. Let's, now I can see my enable password has encrypted. Can you see?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All
Yeah.
the password is encrypted. Can you see?
Yeah. It's very interesting and helpful for us.
Okay, but if you are network engineer, if you are network engineer and you have knowledge of the how to decrypt, how to crack this password, you can take very fraction of minute and you can crack. So let me teach you how to crack. Suppose this is password, I'm the new person, I want to crack this password. So just what I will do, I will go to any Google site. Let me open any Google site, and I will write here, I will do the search here, Cisco encryption password encryption. Can you see? Type 7, and first website is coming, Cisco type 7 password decrypt encrypt.
Password
You
decryption.
just open this.
Yes.
I open this, and what I will do is telling that encrypt the password. You submit your encrypted password. So let me submit my encrypted. This is my encrypted password. I will copy this.
Yeah. Okay.
I will submit here, and let's see, Cisco 123 is given. That was my password.
But with this step, anyone can see the na?
Yes. No, no, no. Anyone can't log in inside, but somehow they will get this configuration. Suppose you share this configuration someone, and he's very smart guy, and he want to check what are the password you are using. So this is no more admin 123. See, all the encrypted password he can decrypt if he somehow. That's why
So
organization says you that you should not share your configuration, right?
okay, I have one question. Is there any option that which is showing our encrypted or decrypted password? It's
Okay.
not reflecting to anyone.
Yes, that's called MD5 encrypted password. So next thing I want to show you, this is the one of the basic class where I want to show you, if you do the service password encryption, that's also going to be cracked. Okay, so what you have to do, so that is never supposed to be, even you want to decrypt, you can't. Once you forget password, it will be locked, right?
Yeah,
Okay, let's do that. Next level of configuration, that's interesting, right, Pavan?
yeah,
So that's a MD5. MD5, what is the feature of MD5? Just I want to brief you. Here you can decrypt the password as you asked me just now. How we can, what thing I supposed to do, so that the neighbor supposed to get password should never be decrypted, password should never be reverse,
decrypt.
means
Yeah, yeah,
irreversible, it should not reverse. So that is called MD5. We're going to study MD5 in detail in later class. Okay, today we will see this feature only. Today we will see this feature only. After, means it's only one way. Once it's a decrypt your password, there is no way to encrypt back. It's impossible. There is no one can break this. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So that technique, what is called, Pavan? MD5. That you have to
MD5.
remember. Yes. Anyone asks you irreversible password, that is MD5. So let's do that. So we're going to configure the MD5. So MD5 is applicable for these users. Okay, because these are the individual users, they are admin, they have a higher privilege level. Okay, and for this enable password, because if you get access also by you Cisco, you are not able to get enable password anyhow. Okay, so let's do
Yeah,
that.
okay.
So first I'm going to um, apply the MD5 configuration, that is called enable password, and you do question mark, that is secret, sorry, enable secret, not enable password, that is called enable secret. Once enable secret says that encryption level 5 or anything you can select, or enable secret, as soon as you are selected, even for zero level of thing, it's going to be highly irreversible password. So enable secret 5 and give any thing like Cisco, only Cisco I'm giving this. So let's see what we have now, the output. So enable secret Cisco, enable secret Cisco, wait, I configure wrongly, enable secret, and then label set for the password. Okay, line encrypted enable secret string. That's a Cisco 1234. Enable passwords. Okay, 7, and we have given 1 2. So invalid secret password already. Invalid encrypted. Okay, we have already given here. Let's check this. So run, and that's the MD5. Why it's not showing in MD5? Let
Like
me
the
do for
syntax we need
user.
to
It's
change.
supposed to be so. Yes, Preeti.
I think we need to check on syntax once.
And let me check for the username for the MD5 username. Suppose I have admin and then privilege 15 we have, and with the secret password, secret string, and we will give only the string over here. For admin
Try enable secret and then 5 and then the password. What command you have run
both
right?
user password and user secret, please choose one of. Okay, what we have to do, secret password we have to first disable. Yes, now we have to do this one. It will accept. Now we will check this. Okay, yes, so we have this. Now Pavan, can you see this password?
Yes.
This password is means, what was the syntax error? If you have encrypted level without unsecret for user, so you can apply either one, either this one you have to run or either MD5 one. Okay, so anyone can be run at one time. So enable password you have to first remove that for, and you can go for the secret one. So username,
Yes.
you cannot, there is no method to decrypt this. Okay, that's the
Yes.
MD5 secret one. Same way you can create for, let's go and we will do for no enable password, and we will do no enable secret one. Okay, and then we will check now do so run. Now we are doing for enable, there is no enable password. We can go for enable secret, and you can give the password direct any string, Cisco 1234. Okay, now you check that this is encrypted. Can you see enable secret password? This is encrypted.
Yeah. Encrypted. Showing as it.
It's a automatic MD5 5 came, no need to give 5. Okay, so label you should not select, it's a MD5 automatic by default. So you can see all the password which one you have done the secret. So it's a highly encrypted, you cannot decrypt. So we studied here what are the things. You study the enable secret password, encrypted password, and how to create the username password, clear, and how to apply for the console, clear guys. Let's,
Yes.
okay, let's now use, we will configure this device for the basic configuration. conf terminal. So this is the router you can see right now. We have industrial level name according to the placement of the router or the utilization of the router, where which class you going to use this router. So I'm giving you host name. So in the organization, as per the topology, you going to give. So today we're going to take suppose I'm giving host name. You can select any host name. The syntax is host name and the followed by the string. So I'm giving R1. Okay, so config t host name is wrong, host name R1. Okay, so can you see the name is changed here?
Yes.
Okay, now so host name change. Next, that's a very important. Once you will receive this device and you configure the all the console access and other stuff, you have to set the time. What you have to set? You set the time, otherwise your clock not going to work. So let's see how we have to set the time. So command is show clock. Any log you want to take. So log going to capture on the basis of what? But Pawan, on the timing of the device, right?
Yeah.
So timing is a very basic. You have to set. Today we don't have an NTP setup. We will see how to manual setup we have to do. So what are the thing we have to understand? First, this date and timing is wrong because it's showing the 1993, right? Okay, now second, we are working in IST but it's showing the UTC. So we have to change two things. First, we have to change date and time. Second, my time zone. My time zone is IST. Okay. So command is a very simple. We have command starting from the clock. So command will be clock. Okay. So before setting the command, we have to first go for setting of time zone. So what's the command for time zone? Clock. Go to config mode. Clock question mark. Can you see time zone? Okay, time zone. Then you have to specify your time zone IST. Okay, and then how much difference from the Greenwich time from 0. So that's a 5 hour 30 minutes. This is India clock time. This is our. Now we will check my time zone is changed or not. So I will check it. So clock, and I can see now it's a IST. Earlier it's a UTC. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now we have to set the next part, time and everything I have to set up. Okay, so what's the time? So again I have command clock. This time privilege mode. Earlier we have configuration mode. Can you see configuration mode? Earlier we had the configuration mode. Now we are in the privilege mode. So while you are changing the time and date and time and everything for the privilege mode, but for your time zone changing, you have to go in configuration mode. Okay, now clock, set your clock. What's the time? Let me see the time. What's the time? Time is showing 14 October 9:46. Okay, so let's do this. So 14 October. You can do the question mark and see the hour, minute and second. So it's a 9. What is 46? Then anything you take. Today is 14 October, so you have to take first month. Okay, sorry, you do the question mark, first day, and then followed with the October, then followed with the year. Okay, Now you set. So let's check it out. What's the clock time? This is I given in IST, but it's coming in IST. No, it's coming with the 5 hour 30 minutes in difference. It's giving the with the Greenwich time 5 hour 30 minutes what time zone we have set up. So according to that we have to minus in our clock set. We have to minus. So if I will minus 5 hour 21 minus 5 is 16, right?
Yeah.
It's 16. Try to understand, we have given the difference of 5 hour, so 21 minus 5 16, right? And the 30 minutes, if you minus 30 minutes, how much? If you minus 30 minutes, it will be 17 almost. Okay, now I will set it and we will see what is the time. So clock, so 9:47:59 IST, Thursday, October 14, 29. It's the same time. Can you check that? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you understand. So first two command we have.
Yeah.
First
No, that
command
that means we directly can't set.
for the actually we have NTP server for clock setup. Accurate clock going to be set up by NTP server. We have lab. We're going to do that lab and we will see how we have to do that.
Okay.
This is a manual process. This is not recommended one, but once you receive the device you just do this configuration. If suppose something goes wrong or you want to share the log with your vendor, Cisco or Juniper or anyone, it's going to help them how long it took, what are the things. Okay, so just for the manual practice how you have to set the clock manually. Okay,
Yeah.
clear? Now we are good to this. Now come to the host name time. Good habits. Concentration on good habit. What are the good habit we should know? So first good habit says that no IP domain lookup. What is that? I'm going to see. Second, logging synchronous. Third, backup. You always create backup. Okay, so I will come to here on all these things. Good habits. What do you mean by how it's going to help you this good habit? So how this good habit going to help you? Okay, and logging synchronous how it's going to very helpful, and backup how you have to develop your backup style. So whenever you do any configuration, any log capturing, you will do a smart backup. Okay, now and we will see the before reboot what are the things, how to utilize the RAM, how to check the NVRAM, how to check the flash, and you can set up your backup accordingly. You can set up your backup accordingly. Okay, Pavan, we will see this. These two parts just now we're going to do the lab and we will see. Before going that, I want to show you these three stuff. What are these three? CLI help. What are the things how you can take the help of CLI? And we will see shortcut for the keyboard command. It's going to, these two going to
Yeah.
help you throughout your career wherever you will go. And interface and other things we will do the in higher classes when we will go for the connectivity. So today we will do the these 4 point. Okay, good habits we will see, and let's concentrate on this. So we will see how the CLI going to help us, how we going to take the CLI. Okay, so go to CLI. I'm here. Let me first help question mark. If you do anywhere you are here, okay, you are not writing anything, just you do question mark. So you can see the what are the command you have available on that instant. Pawan, clear?
Yeah.
question mark. Suppose I know that's a command so, and I want to know any command that's a crypto or anything. So clock, I don't know that. And suppose I want so IP, I don't know after IP what I supposed to, what are the flavor I supposed to check, what are the options do we have. So we will do question mark. So question mark, we will give a space and we will do question mark. So if you do question mark, the help will be available. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
So a space question mark help. Now next, suppose I have DSCP. Second kind of help I can take, instead of I have given DH and question mark without any space. So if you do without any space, it will give you numbers of option. Let me take which have number of option. Just take R, and without any space I given question mark, they given we have two option, rip and root. So I can go IP, so IP rip, so IP root. Clear?
Yeah.
We have two option, but so him, but if you do I and tab, it will be autocomplete. Question mark, we have two flavor, one a space question mark, second without a space question mark.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Yeah.
come to tab. Suppose you are writing in a so IP interface brief br मैंने दिया and then tab, so it will autocomplete. It will going to autocomplete. So tab going to help you to autocomplete. Clear? So there is a two things, one for question marks having two way, a space question mark and without a space question mark. Third we have autocomplete. Okay, now let's see. So IP int मैंने दिया and tab interface देखो. Okay, so now question mark, you can go for that. So again br दिया, then I given the tab. Now it's coming up. So you can use tab and question mark to get the help. It's useful. Should I move next?
Yeah, very. Yes, very useful.
Okay, now you have to practice this thing day to day. You told you are doing the troubleshoot, these are the command. If you don't know, it's not possible you're going to remember all the command. Here the option is very less, but while you are going to do this lab, means these things practice on the real router or switch, you have ample number of lots of you can see lots of options. So you use you don't give the space question mark, you use some keyword you type and then you give the without a space question mark, you will get the that terminology options, how many options do you have, and according to you move on. Okay, now next, shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts. So in your keyboard, there is a, let me show you, there is a up arrow, down arrow, right arrow and left arrow. Pavan, you know these arrows up, down and this. So how you can get this? You can use control P, it will show you up arrow. Control P, it will show you previous command, like control P. I'm giving control P, keep on pressing control P, it's me giving me previous. Now control N, it will giving me the next command. So it will very helpful. What is my previous command? I want to go to into previous command, you can use control P, and next command we can use control N. Clear? Now you can, instead of using control P and N, you can use up arrow. I'm using up arrow. See, can you able to see the screen? Now down arrow.
Yes.
Can you able to see the screen? So you can move your different command, no need to type again and again. Helpful? Okay.
Yeah.
Next, suppose I have big command like this, I want to edit. without deleting anything. So you have to use left and right arrow. So I'm clicking left arrow. I'm going. Can you see my cursor moving? And I can edit this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If I can left arrow, I can edit it. So you can use, instead of this, you can use backward and forward, means control B. I'm using control B. By same thing, by control B and forward, control F. I'm going forward. Can you see? So control B and control F. Okay, so I will prefer, I will say you, instead of control P, control N, control B, control F, you can use up arrow and right and left arrow. That will be more useful. Okay, Pavan?
Yeah.
Okay, now at the last shortcut, suppose you want to bring your cursor at the beginning of the clock. Can you see the R1 privilege mode clock?
Yeah.
I want to bring the cursor. So what you have to type? How you have to go, Pavan? Just click left arrow. You are going there. Okay, but it will time consuming.
Yeah.
Okay, it will time consuming. So what you have to click, what you have to remember, control A. As soon as you do control A, my cursor on the first at the beginning. Can you see? Can you see?
Yeah.
So
I don't know
control
about that.
A,
Yeah.
and you want to come back at the end because you have to enter at the end. Okay, so what is the control E? Can you see my? Now I come to control E. So control A beginning,
And
control E at the end. Control A beginning, control E at the end. Clear? So control A and E is very useful. I am using day-to-day life. Okay, clear guys? So help command, and we saw all these points. So come to again. So we saw, what are the things we saw? We checked help command, how to take question mark, tab, and without a space help.
that is
Now control P we will use by up arrow, that's a control N by down arrow,
so next.
backward left arrow, and then right arrow for forward.
Forward.
But control A and E, E for end of the cursor, A for beginning. Clear? And backspace you want to delete. Helpful?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's come to the good habit. Why you have to understand why this called good habit. Okay, come to this. Now I'm in config mode. Okay, can you see I'm in config mode?
Yeah.
Okay, I do control A. So my cursor is where? Can you see?
Yeah.
Some log came.
Here in B.
My cursor is not, I have to click enter, then my cursor came into the right position, right?
Yeah.
Okay, suppose you are working with the production device, there is so many logs are coming on your screen. So what going to be happen, your cursor going to be jumping here and there. It will be never come to your right position where you can type something. That time you will feel very puzzled. Suppose you want to type something, so half of command will type earlier, half of command there, here and there. Okay, so here there is nothing going on this device. So but you understand that my cursor is not coming on right position. So always my cursor is supposed to be come in right position so that we can do the troubleshoot fast. Okay, what we have to do, we have to do login synchronous. What command we have to enable? Login synchronous. So right now I can see if I am going to this and I am going to do the end command, and I can see my cursor is not coming. After that I have to enter, then it's coming. So without entering any command, it's supposed to come to the right position, okay, where I can type anything. Okay, clear? Let's do that configuration. So we will do the configuration and go to line console 0, and we will punch the command logging synchronous. This is command, and we will save it. So now you can see that if I will do config, okay, I'm going to do the end command. See, I'm doing the end command and coming to automatic to here. It's an automatic bring to here, right, Pavan? Hello?
Yeah, right.
Yes, are you able to see, right?
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Yeah. So you understand, you will see this feature going to helpful, very helpful, while you are going for higher practical labs. So that's keep on jumping your that cursor here and there. Now come to next level. Next level says that no IP domain lookup. Suppose you are not expert, you are like you tell I'm doing my troubleshoot, and you type by mistake, you type wrong command or anything you type. Suppose you type xyz, okay, or enter. What happened, Pavan? What happened? And you, it will stuck if you type something which is not relevant to
It's
that.
translating.
So
Yeah.
ye start broadcasting, hit searching, what is this command says, ckcle. So it's a common mistake. If you don't have very good practice, you may end up with the time consuming, means it will keep on asking what is this command, and it will keep broadcasting, and it's going to take the couple of minutes. So I'm going to break this. See, it's taking too much time. Wait, let's break this. So you're going to stuck for broadcasting. What is going to do, they are translating and they are searching for what do you mean by this ckcl. Now they search throughout the computer and they come unable to find this word. Of course you are not able to find this word. How do you save your time while you are typing anything? This should not happen. So that is called no IP domain lookup. No IP domain, no IP. Wait, first you type in IP domain, you do question mark, yes, domain lookup. See, I'm using question mark domain lookup. Now I'm going to control A, and then I will do no IP domain lookup. Once you have done this, let me type anything. I type this and enter. Can you see how quickly? Pavan, clear this point? You understand this good habit? Okay, so I'm moving to Pavan. Any question till here? I will teach you how to take backup now. Okay, let's start with backup. So first command says that backup, how to, first before going that backup, I'm going to show you how to, what is the RAM, NVRAM and flash. The running configuration is in RAM running configuration is running on RAM. Means you can see this running configuration is active on the RAM only. Means this is, so running configuration using the RAM. Okay. Now for NVRAM, startup configuration using the NVRAM. So you can see this is the startup configuration. So we have startup configuration, we have running configuration going to use RAM, whereas the startup configuration is going to use NVRAM. Okay, now we have third memory that is called flash. So how you have to check? So flash is the third memory where we have our code. Oh, who had joined? Admit. Okay, Pawan had joined again. Okay, so we have three memory: RAM, NVRAM, and flash. So what is use of? First, I'm going to revise because you have dropped. So this is running configuration. So running configuration running on the RAM. Okay, Pavan. So running configuration running on the RAM. Where is it? So startup configuration running on the NVRAM. So while you are giving the right command, it's going to copy from running configuration to startup, means copy running configuration to startup configuration. What's the benefit of that? Once you're going to reboot, your running configuration going to be flushed because of RAM, and NVRAM configuration, that is startup configuration, automatic going to be pick up and upload into the RAM. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now come to third memory, it's called flash. So that is flash memory. In that we have patch, means operating system of this box, and other configuration, default, category, and configuration. So what I will do, I will generate my backup. Suppose due to some reason your NVRAM corrupted, or NVRAM data not updated, or anything else, so I want proper backup into the flash directory. So I'm going to take the copy. What I'm going to do, copy running into flash, and I will give them my name, any name of that data. So let's give a backup. Just I given a backup, and I will create this. Copy running config into flash. Just enter and then give a backup. I given the name. Okay, now I will check my flash. Earlier there is no name called a backup file. Now it's supposed to be there. Can you see there is a file called a backup? If you check this file, what is command? More and the file name. The more is a Unix command. You can check using that. Backup. Okay, if you click yes, so you can see all the configurations saved, right? So you see these three of stuff. Now yes, Pavan, question.
No, if we our NVRAM got crashed, then our configuration will save in flash memory, right? If we
Yes,
create the backup.
but it's not automatically going to be happened. I will show you the
No, no,
exam.
we
Sorry,
need to create.
yes, once my startup going to be crash or something wrong happened wrong with that, and the proper config not there, so we can have backup, third level of backup on flash. Okay, so very rare people know about this, so you should remember, always create your backup into flash. So I'm going to show you what happened. Suppose I erase the data. I erase the data. Erase not erase. First I'm going to erase running. I'm going to, without, I'm going to change something like I changed my host name. um r I given this. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Now I'm going to reboot. So after reboot, what going to happen? It's going to come R1 or RR? Pavan.
Data field. I think data field. No, no, error. Password.
Sorry, it's supposed to come as a host name RR or R1. Which one is supposed to come after reboot? Let's
R1.
do.
No, no,
Yes.
RR.
No, R1, because RAM going to be plus, because I did not have done any write command. Have I given any write command? So always remember, if this thing's configuration already save in your NVRAM, and whatever the modification you have done in RAM,
Yes.
right now you are doing on
No.
configuration in running configuration, not a startup configuration. There is no changing in a startup configuration. Let me show you. If I will do reload, let me go to this reload. If I will do reload, they will ask me, you want to save? If you save here, it will save in NVRAM. Okay, it will save into NVRAM. Then the going to happen the RRRR. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I will say no.
Yeah.
I want to see R1. I don't want to see RRR. But in real time, you have to do yes. Okay, if you want to reflect the change. Suppose I don't want to reflect the change, and so now the config come with the not RRR, config come with the R1. Clear? Because it's not saved into the RAM. Sorry, not saved into the NVRAM startup configuration. Clear, Pavan? Username. What is the username? Do you remember? Let me go for
Yes.
admin, and the password admin123.
Admin.
Sorry, admin admin one two three
No,
four.
Cisco.
What was the password? Okay,
Password was I think Cisco 123.
go with the another one. Box locked. Enable. Then Cisco 1234. Yes. Okay. So clear till here, guys. It's a R1. Now, suppose
Yeah, yes.
I'm going to this. What you said. Okay, Astos, please change that host name. R. Okay. Now I will do reload. Suppose, and you will do yes. Then now configuration going to be changed as a R. Clear till here, Pavan?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now, my both
Yeah,
the
clear.
things corrupted. My both the thing corrupted. Can you see? It's come with the RRR. Now both the thing corrupted. Let me corrupt both the
RR.
things. Okay, I erase NVRAM. I erase. Let's erase startup configuration. Okay, startup configuration I erased, confirmed. There is no startup NVRAM, geometry of NVRAM. Okay, now startup NV means startup configuration erased. Now I'm going to reboot. So what going to be happened now? Proceed with the
R1.
reload, confirm. What going to be happen now? There is no startup configuration. So switch will come with the without any configuration. Without any configuration. Are you agree or not? See, it's came without
Yeah, I
any
agree.
configuration. But now I want to quickly bring my backup. By mistake it's happened, okay, and you don't want to get in trouble, because all the configuration if you're going to set, so it will take time, or maybe there is error, maybe something manual error going to be happened. How are you going to bring your backup quickly? So what you have to do, enable and show flash, because you taken the configuration into flash also, right? A backup. So it's a very easy. You copy all the flash backup into running configuration,
Running configuration.
directory, source file. Source file, what will be the source file? A backup. What will be source file? A backup. And the coming destination is running. Now can you see the configuration come with the R1,
Yes.
or every configuration is the same as we have. Now you can build your startup configuration, because right now there is nothing in startup configuration. So startup configuration, if you do, there is nothing in that, no startup configuration present. Now you give the command write or copy running into startup, or you can do copy flash the backup into startup. Backup, wait, otherwise it is not taking startup, and you can give a backup, a file name, a backup. Yes, now you can check your startup configuration. Now you have startup configuration. Can you see that? Earlier it was saying no
Yeah, yes.
startup configuration. So if you keep your backup, always you practice whenever you do any amendment or any deployment, you just keep ready your backup in flash. Okay, suppose you have done some configuration, and that configuration may be due to something, you have to revert back those configuration. So you should not worry, you have to keep your backup and pull that backup. It will take fraction of second, you going to roll back. Clear? So very fast rollback. So use your flash memory for rollback for any configuration. Suppose you going to start your configuration now onward. So you just, before starting your activity, what you do, you just copy your running configuration, complete backup to your flash, and give
File name.
ABC file name, and you can check your flash is ready with the ABC. Okay, now before your activity you have backup in your flash. Now you do your activity. Suppose I want to do activity and I want to change the clock rate or something, anything, and time, clock, I will change few of clock time zone, like IST, BST I will do, and I will give something error 3 hour. Okay, I have done this, and I have changed some host name also. Okay, oh, we change with the host name. Okay, so host name like A N B C D. Okay, and now what happened, we logged, we changed the password also. Suppose we change the password also, admin, let's username, admin secret, and I will delete this secret privilege. Okay, I have done this many changes. Okay, Now I have done right also. So you going to copy your things in, so you don't have anything, either you go one by one, you change, right, Pavan?
Yes.
You have to change each and every configuration. Suppose you have done 100 line of configuration, you have to change each and everything, and you maybe end up with so many mistakes, and the things will destructive. So how you are going to do this revert back as soon as you want that? So just very easy, copy your flash, that is into the running, and give the ABC. Yo, wow, see, and you can check that your all the ist, this is my old one, all the username and password old. I removed this, but it was came to you clear, understand?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
understand.
so I should move for next session CLI. We will see this, and IP addressing. I should start. What's the time right now? It's a time almost
Time is 10:30.
completed. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. I'm going to cover next class for IP addressing and other stuff. But we have to spend the quality time over here. Okay, for basic CLI command. So start practicing whatever I given you. Let me stop first. I will see you in next class, and we will do IP addressing in next class. Okay, let me stop recording first.